Welcome to Bitcoin Accumulation Strategy Business Opportunity Meeting. So this is a place where you're going to get the information so that you can fulfill your future using Bitcoin, which is the current form of money and the future form of money. So welcome to this meeting tonight. Okay, I am going to be your facilitator tonight. My name is Keketso. I am an ex-economic science educator. I'm a business accountant, transformation activist. I'm a crypto educator and a network marketer since 2019 to date. So what happened about me is that I learned about Bitcoin in 2016, just around the time of Bitcoin halving. So, and then later on, I started to invest in it by buying Bitcoin. So I bought and held onto it. In the process, I educated myself on cryptocurrency because, when they presented Bitcoin the first time, I just loved the fact that it is here to come and help people. So I could see people's life transform. So I just held on to it. And then I realized that you can't do anything about Bitcoin. You can't do anything about crypto without learning. And also what excited me was the fact that everyone had to learn. Doesn't matter whether you are the governor of a reserve bank or you are a CEO of number one bank in the world. We're all starting from grade zero. So that excited me. So I just learned. It did not intimidate me. It was not going to take my job. So I just enjoyed learning about it. So because I already bought some of the Bitcoins at the time, so I enjoyed the price growth. I enjoyed the store of value. It was my first time to see that kind of money. So I was excited, and then I never looked back. I held on to it. There were a lot of challenges along the way. I mean, lot of challenges. But I just kept on holding it because they told me the first time I attended that it is coming to help everyone who will pay attention. It is going to transform people's lives. It does not matter where they are. They can be here in the cities. They can be in the rural areas. It doesn't matter because it is digital. So I keep on holding into it. And so I found something in Bitcoin that has the potential to minimize poverty and create many jobs. If you look at the number of jobs that are created in the cryptocurrency space globally, I think right now it probably is over 30,000 jobs created. It can even be more. So it's going to, that number is going to increase. So we are really into something big. So like I said, I've taken upon myself to educate people. As today I can say that I'm a crypto educator. That's what I did. And therefore I started also to mine crypto. Actually, I started mining Bitcoin because it was only Bitcoin that was there to mine. So then I started this journey at that time. Now, today I want us to look at the cash flow quadrant. Like I said, we want to look at how we can accumulate Bitcoin. What is the strategy? What is it that we need to do so that we can accumulate Bitcoin? So remember, when you accumulate Bitcoin, you are changing your life. You are changing the life of your children and their children. So it is a big opportunity in our lifetime that we need to really pay attention to. Now, here is a cash flow quadrant, and many of us already know about it. Really, it comes from Robert Kiyosaki. He says to us, there are 4 ways of earning money, 4 ways of making money to come to your house. So the first way is when you go out there, whether you educate yourself into something or not, But you become an employee, you have a job, you apply, you go to work, they tell you, you must come here at this time and leave at this time, and all of everything that happens in between. So you are an employee. Is it a bad thing? It's not a bad thing. It is a way of earning income. Now, the problem with you or a person staying as an employee is that as much as you earn, at the end of the month, the money that you are earning is actually just 5%. You're just tapping into 5% of the global wealth. And again, there is no leverage when you are an employee. You have to wake up and go. If you are not going, there is no money coming. You have to complete forms. You know the whole story. You know what happens when you are an employee. So that is what an employee status will put you in. And so you sell your time to get money, right? And many of us, I think here in South Africa and many countries, we want jobs. Give us jobs. Give us this. But there are other three ways of earning money. The other one is when you can become self-employed. Like myself, I'm a business accountant. I'm working for myself. So I'm self-employed. I have created my own job. And again, there is no leverage. No leverage. If I'm not able to work, then I'm not going to be able to send an invoice. So I'm trapped into this space, right? And I can allow myself to be trapped into this space like forever. And yet there are other two ways that I can put in place to create money. So when you are an employee, when you are self-employed, there is no leverage. The people in these two quadrants, they share 5% of wealth. And the number of people who are sharing 5% of wealth, it's 95% of global population. It's that kind of a thing. It's like here in South Africa where we say that, I don't know the numbers, but if I can say 8% of the people who live in South Africa own 80% of the land, that kind of imbalance. So these two quadrants actually are just saying that if you keep yourself, because nobody is holding you tight to these two quadrants. If you keep yourself in these two quadrants, you're actually denying yourself an opportunity to create more wealth by tapping into the right side of this quadrant. For you, becoming a business owner, or as well becoming an investor. So when you are a business owner, you own a system, there is leverage there. Why can there be leverage? Because you're not working alone. You work with people. You're doing the same thing towards one goal. When you are not there, there are people that are still working. So you will still make money. So you are not working alone. There is a system that we follow. And again here, money is working for you when you are in the business owner quadrant. Then the last one here, it's an investor. You own investments, so there is leverage. When you own investment, it means you actually are nowhere to be found. You have sent your money and the money is working for you. So income that comes to you does not depend on active work. You don't have to wake up in the morning and go look at anything. You just stay there and receive your interest whenever is due to you. So when you look here, how many people actually are enjoying, this life of leverage and of investments? We find that only 5% of global population are in these two quadrants. And so all 95% of the global wealth gets to be shared by the 5% of people. So you can see how the world is so skewed and imbalanced and so on and so on. But we all have responsibility to say, okay, I'm an employee today, but I can still be a business owner. I can still be an investor. You know, I'm self-employed. I can still be a business owner. I can still be an investor. It's all in our hands. So these are the 4 ways of earning income under the sun. So tonight I'm going to be talking about how you can be a business owner. When you are a business owner, you take advantage of being or of using the leverage system, and then you continue to create income as you are an employee or you are still self-employed, and so on and so on. All right, somebody is writing on my screen. Okay, marching along. There are investment classes. We have retirement fund, unit trust, stock market, stock shares, gold, property. And now we have cryptocurrency, we have Bitcoin. This is new. It's really new. It's brand new. And so people can help themselves with all the other, 7 investment classes. Because the key also is to diversify. You don't put all your eggs in one basket, you diversify. So you can get yourself involved in all other investment classes. And also the key is that you understand where you put your money at. If you do unit trust, you've got to understand what are they, how do they work, and so on and so on. And if you do crypto, Bitcoin, you also need to understand what is it, where is it going, where is it coming from, and all the other things that people get to say about it. Now, let me talk about what is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a currency, it's a medium of exchange. It's a means of payment. We can trade with it. We can buy and sell. We can receive it, as a way of trade. It's a commodity. It's scarce. Therefore, it has a store of value. It's a payment system. So I also summarize them this way on this slide here. It has value. Bitcoin has value. The value is always appreciating, unlike the fiat money. Fiat money is the government money. For instance, like your dollar, your rand, pounds. These are the monies of countries, where the countries will have the whole treasury department, department of finance, reserve banks. They are all busy, looking at the rent, determining it, making sure that how much is going to go to your house, and so on and so on. At the same time, they are encountering challenges of the fact that they are not able to keep the value of this money that they are busy working on, in such a way that it makes everyone able to do whatever they want to do with their money that they have accumulated. They are not able to create the form of money, or they are not able to create this money, the rents, the dollars, into being money that has a store of value. So what am I saying? I'm saying that you may be saving 20,000 rand, you may be saving 50,000 rand, or even 80,000 rand a month, or you may be saving 1,000 rand or 10 rand a month. All the monies that people get to save in the banks, in the system of government money, that money loses its power to buy. So it doesn't matter how much you save. It's just going to be losing its power to buy. When I was growing up, a loaf of bread used to be 5 rand. Now it's about, up to 25 rand. What has happened? Same size, same ingredients, same taste. What has happened? It's not because the shop owners have just increased the money. They like money too much. No, it is because the value of money has just depreciated. So because of that, we have to put another 5 rand and another 5 rand, and we are going to continue putting these 5 rands on top of these loaves of bread that we are buying. Okay, Bitcoin is a currency. Bitcoin is e-money, electronic money. You get to spend it because it has value and it's a means of exchange. It is also accepted for exchange by big organizations like Microsoft, Amazon, Dell, Shopify, VW, lately PayPal as well, and many others. It is a means to business opportunity. It's a means to move people from the left side of the quadrant to the right side of the quadrant, where 95% of wealth is. So it is that means of bringing freedom to whoever will pay attention. You know, what I like most about Bitcoin, that it does not matter which grade did you pass. It does not matter as long as you can be able to buy it and hold it or trade it, or accept it as a form of payment. It does not matter what you are selling. You may be selling bags or shoes or belts or pens. You can just say to people, I also accept Bitcoin. And therefore, people will send you Bitcoin, and then you will then give them whatever they are buying. So again, you can mine it. So what is mining? We are going to talk about it just now. And again, you can do decentralized financing and many other things that are found within the cryptocurrency industry. Okay. Now, what is Bitcoin mining? Bitcoin mining, it's important. It's a very important event in the creation of Bitcoin. Very important event in the system of Bitcoin. There will never be any Bitcoin whatsoever without Bitcoin mining. Mining is the genesis of Bitcoin. Okay, so what am I saying? What I'm saying is that Bitcoin gets to be created, but the word that we use is that it gets to be mined, extracted. It's something that gets to be taken from the original source. So in terms of Bitcoin mining, it comes from mathematics. So there is a formula there that people need to solve, these machines need to solve, and when they manage to solve, they get compensated with Bitcoins. So Bitcoin mining gives us the issuance of new Bitcoin. So we get to have new Bitcoins because most of the time it's Bitcoin this side, Bitcoin that side. The question is, where is this Bitcoin actually coming from? How do I get it? How do I make it? It is through the process of mining. Again, mining enables verification of transactions. If I send you Bitcoin or you send me Bitcoin, there is no bank in between, but there is a machine, there is a technology in between. So that technology enables the mining of Bitcoin, because as the transactions are verified, then the miners gets to be compensated for that. And the other thing that I need to mention at this point is that Bitcoin mining, it's supported by technology which is called blockchain technology. So that technology is the one that is an underlying technology that propels, that empowers cryptocurrency, that empowers Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining. So because there is a technology in between, the technology that has been developed, designed, coded, it will just do what it is meant to do. It's like sending you a message on WhatsApp. If I send you a message on WhatsApp and I say, hello, good morning, you're looking stunning on your profile picture, and then you send me a message to say, hello, I don't like what you've just said. You know, the WhatsApp technology doesn't care what I've said, what you have said. It just transports the message. That's what it is. So blockchain technology does the same. It just does what it is coded to do. And for that reason, we see that it provides security, because there's nobody that gonna just jump in between and say and do something that's not coded. And again, it provides network stability. So some people do ask a question to say, no, what happens if people will then create other Bitcoins? You see, like people will create other fiat monies. Then you'll hear that somebody has fake money, fake rands. So the question is, how do we solve the problem of fake Bitcoin? So there is no fake Bitcoin because of the blockchain technology. And because of miners are there. They are always verifying transactions. They are always verifying the movement of cryptocurrency, of Bitcoin, from one person to another person. It's a peer-to-peer system of money. There is no bank, like I've mentioned earlier, in between. So it's only me and you. So which means that when you are in Bitcoin, you actually have left behind the fiat system. You have left behind the government and the banks. You have left all of them. You have come into a different system of money, which is the cryptocurrency system, which is the form of money that is created by people for the people. So how do we mine? Okay, we use mining machines. There's a blockchain software, blockchain platform. There's a formula, like I mentioned, mathematical formula to be solved. They are using computer hardwares, and a lot of electricity is needed because these machines don't stop. They keep on going on every people will say 24/7, right? So they just keep on going. As we are seated here, all people who are mining, their machines are just going. Doesn't matter what they do. I can sleep, I can stand up. If I have participated in mining, Bitcoin mining, those machines are working for me. They're working for you. So that is the power of being an investor, falling into the investor quadrant. Okay, so Bitcoin has a system on itself. So this system, it's called halving, Bitcoin halving. So it is a system that regulates Bitcoin, the issuance of Bitcoin into circulation. Right, so Bitcoin was created by a person or persons called Satoshi Nakamoto. We hear out there today, people are saying, I am Satoshi. Others are saying, you are not Satoshi. This one supposed to, looks like it's a Satoshi. So we don't know who is Satoshi Nakamoto. So we end up saying that if you are in cryptocurrency, we are all Satoshis. We are all Satoshi Nakamotos. So, because why? Because we all want to create money that can help us. And we all want to create money that we can leave to our children and their children. We want store value out of money. We want to buy more things with the money that we don't want to lose money. Yes, so we don't want to lose money in our hands, holding money, but it loses its power to buy. So Bitcoin has these like a control measure. So it actually says that when we start to mine, Satoshi Nakamoto said, when mining starts, there will be lots and lots of Bitcoins that will be sent in circulation. But as the time goes on, there will be less Bitcoins that are going to be sent into circulation. Like I said, Bitcoin is a commodity. The characteristic of a commodity is that it's a store of value, so it's limited in supply. So Bitcoin is 21 million Bitcoins, and there's not going to be any other Bitcoin beyond that number. So it already tells you that it's scarce. Bitcoin is scarce. And so actually what makes the price to keep on going up, it's because of scarcity, you know. Anything that is scarce goes up. It's just simple like that. So when mining started in the year 2009, miners were compensated with 50 Bitcoins every 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes, 50 Bitcoins goes to whoever miner has gotten the formula right. So they've completed the block, so they get to be paid those 50 Bitcoins. And then Satoshi Nakamoto said, so how are we going to reduce the supply? Then he says every 4 years or after every 210,000 blocks of Bitcoin mined, the supply should be halved. Okay, so we've noted so far that after every 4 years, there is a halving of supply of Bitcoin. So that halving of the supply happened in the year 2012, thereabout. And so the supply was halved from 50 to 25. Now miners will solve the problems, they will verify transactions, you know, and then they will only now be compensated with 25 Bitcoins every 10 minutes. And then in 2016, there was another halving. Then they were compensated at 12.5 Bitcoins every 10 minutes. And then in 2020, right in the middle of COVID, these machines were working. And so then they were now compensated with 6.25 Bitcoins every 10 minutes. Last year in 2024, from last year onwards, now as we speak, they are being compensated with 3.125 Bitcoins every 10 minutes. So you can see that the supply gets to be reduced. It is being reduced. So the number of Bitcoins that goes into the market every day is now being reduced. And who has been playing in the cryptocurrency space all along? It has always been ordinary people, you and me, those that will take a chance and just let me see, let me buy. So it has always been us. We've been scamming each other there. You know, people will come up and say, Bitcoin this side, we go, you know, and that movement of money into Bitcoin, out of Bitcoin, you know, it just, again, also helped in growing the price of this Bitcoin. And we have just been doing that. Really, we have moved, ordinary people have moved the price of Bitcoin from 0 up to, I think the price last year, it was around $80,000, if I'm not mistaken. I know that there were other businesses that were already buying, like Fidelity was already buying this Bitcoin, and all other big businesses that were buying. But January 2024, they were loud, they were out there, they were saying, now we understand. Because all along, it was a question of two things. They did not understand what Bitcoin is. Number two, they were waiting for regulation. Government must regulate this because these corporations have a lot and lot of money, you know, that they are sitting with, that they are managing. So it will be irresponsible to put people's money in something that is not regulated. Now we see how the government, especially USA, is stepping up to make sure that there is legislation. They are passing different legislations there. Men, we are waiting for the self-custody one. Nobody touches what you have. So they are just busy putting legislation out there, so that people can be able to have a framework of some sort and be able to make a decision, how much do we put into Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, And so now, between ordinary people and these big corporations, the question is, who has the largest chunk of money? The answer is the corporations. So when the corporations come with these big monies that they have, and to come and put them into crypto, into either mining, some of them are mining Bitcoin, some of them are just buying this Bitcoin and holding. The supply has already been reduced. Now they are going to come and fight for these crumbs of BTC. So what you want to do is that when they come with those big monies, you are already in, so that when the price of Bitcoin goes up, right, the market value of Bitcoin, when it goes up, your money in the hand, your Bitcoins in your hand, that value also goes up, because Bitcoin is a commodity. It will give you the store of value. It is scarce. So you want to have this thing that is scarce now, before trillions and trillions come into the market, so that when the trillions come, man, a black child can really get to see how money looks like. And this is the money that you have. Sorry if they are white people, I just mean Africans, all of us. So this is the money that you have not worked for. It's the money that really you have just put in a different system of money. And that system is a system that is regulated by scarcity, and therefore your money will grow. Versus if you take your money and put it, all of it, into the system that depreciates money, you're gonna always be not having enough, because that system is making sure that you don't have enough. Yeah, so it's very important for us to know the system we're operating in wants us to not have enough, either that, or it's unintended consequences of what they're doing that result in us not having enough, because the money is just keeping on depreciating and nobody seems to know how to correct it. Now, Bitcoin came from the people and said, you know what, we can just create a limited supply and make sure that you, government, you are not part of this. We will do it among ourselves, and therefore you will come and regulate whenever you are ready. And therefore, so the government is beginning to come, and it is exciting for ordinary people. So there are predictions out there. Right now, people are saying, everybody's saying something out there in the market. So people are saying this Bitcoin will be this much at whatever, price. When I started in 2016, I was told that this Bitcoin will be 1 million rand. But people did not know when. So but they knew that it would be 1 million rand. So you can imagine, if in 2016, if you are told that the Bitcoin that you have will be 1 million, man, two things happen. You either hear but not fully believe, because of short-sightedness, or you get excited and hold to say, I want to see it get to 1 million. Two things happen. Now, what we have seen is that it moved from those 200 rands, 8,000 rand, 10,000 rand that we found it at. It moved really to 1 million. It passed to 1 million. It's now 2 million or even beyond. Now they are saying by the end, at least of 2025, the average price will be like the maximum price will be around $160,000. And so So we're waiting for it to get there. And whether it gets there or it doesn't get there, one thing for sure that we know is that the price of Bitcoin, even if it fluctuates, but it moves upward. You know, it takes an upward movement, upward trend. So it is going to get to all these prices that people have put down here. It will get to it. If it moved from 200 rand, it will move to 18 million rand. It will definitely do that. So where do you want to find yourself? You can't be observing. You can't be attending meetings and not taking action. I really want to encourage people to take action. Now, here's our Standard Bank. Standard Bank says, you know what? I think that Bitcoin is going to be $200,000 by the end of 2025. Standard Bank, $200. So, which basically $200, it's about almost 3.6 million, 3.5 million. Okay, now that's what Bitcoin can do for you. It can grow your money. If you look at South African debt and value of rent today, I've just gotten into the world debt clock. South Africa to date owes 2 trillion to whoever they are owing this money to. So in 2010, dollar to rent was 7.54 rand. 2020, 17 rand. I've just looked at the average now. It's 18 rand. So the predictions like in 2030, dollar to rent will be 34 rand. So the value of fiat money just keeps on depreciating. Even the dollar, you can see here in 2025, there's not been that much of movement. That tells you that the dollar is depreciating on the other side. And therefore, in 2030, maybe it will be 34 if, the price will go up. So I'm just looking at the time. I'll do this world clock next week. We'll just get into it and see that we even owe, each household owes 48,000 rand. If we can all pay the 48,000 rand from each house, we'll be able to pay off this 2 trillion. It's the debt that we have because the money keeps on depreciating. So we are in trouble. We have to find other ways.
What else do we pay as a business expense in iMine? Is it not better? What else do we pay? I don't know if there's any other cost.
Sorry. We have to find other ways of growing the money that we work for so hard. So this is an example of how this money depreciates and appreciates. The fiat, which is the government money, in 1998 will fill up that whole trolley, but in 2025, the trolley is literally empty. Now, with Bitcoin, when we started, I say it used to be 200 rand, it used to be 8,000. These are stories that we can tell today. It used to be 10,000 rand. That is already the story we can tell today. So with that amount, we used to buy quite some few of some groceries, But today, that very same one Bitcoin can buy you this beautiful, amazing Tesla car. The value this site is growing. The value of Bitcoin keeps going up. Doesn't matter what people think, what people are saying. It just goes without people. It goes up without people. And therefore, it will keep on going up. And that's the beauty of it because it is global, it's decentralized. So if here in South Africa, our mentality is that, no, Bitcoin cannot ever work, the mentality of people in Singapore is different. So they are moving the price. We are going to be left behind here. So it doesn't really care, about who is who, where, what, and who says what, right? So that is Bitcoin. Now, here is a strategy that I want to lay before you. We have a company here which is called iMine. iMine, it's a mining company, meaning they have these machines. They have put the blockchain software inside these machines. They are ready and prepared to mine Bitcoin. So they have found a a gap in the market to say Bitcoin is for everyone. So how do we make sure that it is really for everyone? Because if you are not going to go into the streets and go look for people who will mine this Bitcoin, the people that are in the streets will be left behind. Ordinary people will be left behind. So iMine stands out and say, I want to create a company. It's going to be iMine. Here, I'm going to mine Bitcoin, but not alone. I'm going to go out there, create a network marketing system where a friend will tell a friend and tell a relative about mining Bitcoin. So when they come and they join hands with us, we buy these machines, we pay the electricity, we mine Bitcoin, we share the profits. So that is what they are all about. And we have found that this Bitcoin mining is actually a strategy that can assist us to accumulate more of these Bitcoins. Because buying and holding, you need to be having money to always buy and then hold. But with Bitcoin mining, some of us, we bought these machines, we are mining, we have been sitting here, we continue to mine. So it gives us the opportunity to be falling under that investor quadrant. Now, with network marketing, here you're building your own business. I like companies that give people to create their own businesses out of their own business. So you are given the opportunity to create your own business using iMine as a platform. And therefore, as you build your business, as you bring more people, iMine says, I will therefore compensate you for doing exactly that. So who is iMine? iMine is a company that's registered in El Salvador in the year 2023. So they've registered themselves as a cloud mining business, a Bitcoin investment teachings, and Bitcoin marketing networks. Exactly that what we are doing. Cloud mining, we are educating people about Bitcoin, and we are also continuing to tell more people to come. Let's mine together. Okay, and then why will you want to choose iMine? To tell you the truth, there are not many solid companies out there. They've come, they are gone, that are mining Bitcoin. So iMine, it's a reliable mining service company, which also has partnered with other companies. Actually, it has joined hands with a company called Mindbest. Mindbest, it's an expert. They have quite a number of experience, over 10 years or so, of mining Bitcoin. So they have seen the halvings happen. When you have a business of mining, there is a change in your finances when you mine because of the supply that gets to be reduced. You're getting like lesser now, right? And therefore you will depend on the price of this Bitcoin to go up to cover your expenses. So Mindbest has been there. It has seen a lot. Now, also iMine gives us technical support, 24/7 technical support. You send an email. I had somebody testifying that even if it's weekend, they respond on time. So iMine says it's a pioneering force in crypto mining industry, serving as the first fully interactive digital mining platform. And again, it gives us an opportunity to be a community of people who wants to mine together. And in that community, we get to be compensated, given bonuses, rewards are given to us based on our effort. So we get to be given the opportunity to sign our own check. We are given the opportunity to accumulate as many Bitcoins as possible on a daily basis. It's all in our hands. And how do you start? Then you are going to get a link from the person who invited you here tonight. And then when you get the link, you register yourself, then you become part of the community. You then select the package that I'm going to show you now, and then you're going to start mining just the next day. Okay, now here are the packages. So we have 369 packages that you can choose. You can choose a 250 USDT one, which is about, looking at what the rent does, about 4,000 towards 5,000. It's an affordable package, and then you have again the 105,000 USDT package, which is over 2 million, around 2 million, So we have all these packages. You just choose and then you start to mine. So this is a passive, income that you will generate, passive way of earning Bitcoin. So you can just buy the package, close your arms, continue with what you are doing. The machines will work for you. You are gonna mine for 1,400 days. And after that, the contract ends. So you actually enter into a contract with iMine to say, okay, here is my money, so let's mine. And then iMine say, okay, so for 1,400 days after that, the contract ends. So you have to either buy another package. So normally we buy these packages along the way so that we never get to stop. Okay, so you choose. I normally say to people, you know yourself. Some people are not afraid to build. Some people are already saying, I want to get into business. When you get into business, you know that you are going to be accumulating a lot of these Bitcoins, and therefore you are going to grow your packages to your desired, hash power, the speed of mining. Or you can say, no, I don't have time to be telling people I'm busy. I'm just going to put down the 2 million and then those machines will work for me. People are different. You know what you want. And therefore, you just make your own decision. Now, when you go out there and tell people, you get to be compensated, like I mentioned earlier. So you'll be compensated at 3 levels. Okay. So that's you. You go out, share with your friend. Then the friend says, okay, no, I want to buy that one of 250 USDT. So iMine says, I'm going to give you 10% commission, direct bonus for which is a package of the person you brought in. So if you invite me and I buy 250, you are going to be given $25 right, in Bitcoin. 25 USDT worth of Bitcoin. That's a 10% of 250. Or maybe I come and I say, no, give me that one of $63,000. So you are going to be given $6,300 as your 10%, as your direct bonus. So the more people you invite, the more these 10% you will get. They don't stop. There is no limit. You just keep on getting them any day, many times as possible. And they get to be paid in Bitcoin. All right. And then the second way of earning here is through the binary cycle bonus. Yes, this is a place where money is made day and night. Now, I want you to look on my far right. We have these packages, a list of these packages. Okay, so for instance, let's look at this one of 3,500. I like to make an example with this one. So every package is allocated binary points, right? Because now we want to determine how do we get the $150. So they say, okay, every package will have points. The more money you pay, the more points, points are there. The more package the people you invite, or the greater packages the people invite, the more binary points you will get. So because it's a compensation to you who has brought a person, so it's you who is going to be getting these points. Now, here are you here, it's you. We have user 1 on the left and user 2 on the right. So binary structure, it's actually the left and the right. You build your business in that way, left and right. Okay, so say my user one comes with 3,500. So I am going to be given 7 points, right? I'm going to be given $350, which is my 10% direct bonus, and then given 7 points. Then the next week, I get another cousin of mine, user two, who also comes and buys a package of 3,500. So I get again 7 points. I get 10%, which is $350, man. And then I've already made $700 in Bitcoins when I bring these two people. And on top of that, I get 7 points on the left, 7 points on the right. Now, the rule says, iMine says, every time you have 5 points on the left, 5 points on the right, you are going to be compensated with $150 every time. So, when you have those 7 points, that night, that day, in your back office where it has clocked 7 on the left, 7 on the right, then the system releases $150 to you. And this $150 can go up to $1,500 a night, a day. So it's all up to us. You can create as many of these $150 as you like. I mean, $150 is a lot of money here in South Africa. It's already something like 2,700. So you can have all this 2,700 daily, weekly, monthly. It all depends on you. And you'll decide whether you want to buy another package or you want to take it to your wallet, or you want to buy yourself a nice whatever. So it all depends on you. Now, compensation 3 says, when my user one, it's now his turn or her turn to get $150. In other words, my user one will have 5 points on the left, 5 points on the right. Then the user one will then get $150. And iMine says, okay, I will match that. And it says, I will match it with $10. So you here, you'll get $10 when your user one is getting $150. So you can have a lot of people that you help that will be creating this $150 all the way on your left and on your right. And therefore, you will be compensated with this $10 all day long. So this is how we get compensated here at iMine. Now, here is an example from the back office. Someone here actually got 10 on the left, 10, 26 on the right. So it's already 5, 5. So it's 5 by 2, 10, and 10. So that night, this person then receives $300, which then translates to 5.2. So on the left, it will be 0 after the person got paid that. And then on this other side, they will be left with 16 points. So you need to push the left side so that you can be able to then get another 5,000 rand. So it goes on like that. And then we are given the opportunity once again to to be given bonuses and rankings. Like most of us, we like the promotions. Even when we are at work, we like to be promoted because of our hard work. So even here, we get to be promoted depending on the sales volume. So if you bring more people, then you will be given more opportunities. So you recycle more. And when you are, for instance, a manager here, you have brought $250,000 worth of business, right? Worth of business. So it doesn't come from you, it comes from your team, your business. So you are given the opportunity to cycle more, and you're even given the rank promotion bonus of $1.750. So we have the last one here is a president. I think like next week, we're going to be talking with the president of iMine, Mr. Park, who has already made 100 million worth of sales. So Mr. Park is actually cycling like 11 times a day. So you can imagine 11 times multiplied by $150 if it happens, right? And so that's what he gets on a daily basis. And then his rank promotion, when he got to be a president, he was awarded $175,000, which is a price of almost two Bitcoins, right? And he has been getting all these bonuses all along. So he has a lot of Bitcoin. So that is how you can then accumulate Bitcoins here using iMine. So going along this year, iMine celebrated its 30th anniversary in Dubai. So if you can see here, there are Africans, there are people who are here that are in the call even tonight that went to Dubai to celebrate iMine 3rd year anniversary. So next year, it will be more of us going to Dubai. And then the users who already joined iMine, over 35,000. The hash power packages sold, over 46,000, and the total compensation payments, over $36,000 million. And the rank upgrade bonus, 2.1 million rands. So this is a lot of money. Excuse me. Sorry for that. This is a lot of money that has been already paid to people. So you can look at those numbers and say, if I can only make 1% or 0.5% of the money, and then you start working, I can tell you, you will be able to make it. So also here, iMine is estimating its sales. They say in 2025, they want to make $200 million. They want to make $200 million as their sales, the turnover for the year. In 2026, they want to make $480 million, in that financial year as their turnover. So they keep on increasing the numbers. So because we are in partnership with them, so we make sure that those numbers, they reach them, as we also get to gain a lot of these Bitcoins from what they're doing for us. Okay, so the next year, it will be the 4th year anniversary, like I mentioned, but otherwise, we've come to the end of the presentation tonight. And thank you so much for joining in, for coming and participating in this meeting tonight. Okay, and thank you. So I don't know if there are any questions, but because of time, I don't know, it's already after 9. We don't want to keep you here. Please come back. I think on Monday, we're going to be having this meeting again Monday, same time, same place. And therefore, I really, really want to invite you to come and listen again. It is when you listen, over and over, that you will really get to get it, for those that are new here. But each and every day, even us who are coming here over and over, we still gain a lot. It helps you, it motivates you. So please come back. Next week, Monday, we'll be back at 8 o'clock and continuing to learn and share with you guys how we can accumulate Bitcoin. So thank you. I can see all those emojis, the fires, the love, everything. Thank you so much. And see you on Monday. Thank you and have a good night and God bless.